Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty. Thank you for stopping by today. We are going to be making a beautiful, inexpensive Dollar Tree house today. And let's get started. So we're going to start off with this Dollar Tree house. It is from Greenbrier. It's a beach thing. You know, we're going to peel this piece off. This is just foam. And it's not really reusable because it always rips apart when you're trying to peel it off. So not really going to worry about that. Then I'll be taking my finger sander and sanding off that glue because we're going to paint this. So I'm going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral. And I did end up sanding down this entire piece as much as I could because I want my paint to stick and I don't want it to raise up with the paper that's on top. Sometimes that happens when you saturate it with paint. Next thing you know, the whole thing is lifting and you've just wasted all that paint because now you have to peel it off. So this is going to take 2 coats. I'm going to dry it in between because I'm impatient and I don't like to wait. Now that this is painted, I'm going in with my black furniture marker. I love using these on wood. They really pick up the texture or the wood grain really well. So we're just going to go in and make this roof line black. If you don't have this, of course, Waverly chalk paint and ink or any acrylic paint would work just as well, even a Sharpie. This one's running out, but I have more. These markers come from Dollar Tree. You get 3 in a pack for $1, and they're found over in the automotive section. So I like this for natural wood. It works out so nicely. Going to set that piece to the side, and now we're going to open up this chalkboard from Dollar Tree. We're going to use the chalkboard to make a huge house that will be beautiful hanging or sitting anywhere in your home. I'm going to take our piece of chalk. We can use that. We're going to keep the jute cord on here and we're just going to keep it to the back. I'm going to flip this over. And now we're going to be using our jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. And we're going to make some shiplap. We're just going to lay our sticks out and see how many we need. Starting at the bottom. And get it all lined up. Don't worry about the edges. We're going to be covering that with some nautical cord because we're going to cut these off and make them straight. I'm going to cut off all those rounded edges. But right now, I just need to measure to see how many I need. So we have 10. We're going to cut the rounded edges off of 10 of these. Just eyeball it. It is not rocket science. It is meant to be fun and relaxing. So we're just going to go through and cut off both edges, the rounded pieces that we don't need. So now that all the ends are cut off, we're just going to go back in with some hot glue and lay these down. Try to keep them centered as best you can because, again, we're going to cover the sides. So we're not worried about the sides not having any of the wood on it. I really wish I could think of something to do with these wood chips over here on the side. I'm going to start saving them and see what I can do with them because they just look so pretty to me, like they could be a flower. And so I'm going to see what I can make with that. You can use any sign that you have or any piece of wood that you have to lay these craft sticks down. I'm just using this because it's what I had on hand, but any sign will work. Now that I've got all of the craft sticks glued down, I'm going in with my homemade white chalk paint, and I love this stuff. I got this from Hot Humble Pie, Holly. She makes her own chalk paint with acrylic paint and talc. So I mixed it to the ratio that I like, to the thickness that I like, and that's what I'm going to be using on this project today. Of course, any paint you want to use will work just fine, but I love that I stumbled upon her channel and that she was showing us how to make this beautiful white chalk paint. I can't imagine that you would not know who she is or be subscribed to her, but if you are not subscribed and you don't know who she is, please go check her out. She is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now that this is all painted and dried, I'm going to take one of my canvases. I have scrap wood from one of these. This is beautiful, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's not part of this project. What I want you to know is that I took some scrap wood from one of my canvases that I pulled apart, and I'm going to use that for the roof line of this house. So what I want to do is set this aside, and we're going to get this painted black or markered black or whatever you want to do. I am still using my wood scratch marker. Not really sure if that's what it's called. I love that it lets some of the wood peek through. That is fine by me. It looks more rustic, and I love it. Now that I have this all filled in black, I don't really want to say paint it because it was just the scratch marker, but now that the whole roof line is black, I'm just going to eyeball where I want it to sit. If you wanted it to sit low, you could. I think that is not going to be what I want to do. The whole purpose of me making a piece this big is because I want it to be big. So I am really going to push that roof line up as high as I can get it. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark this roof line with my pencil so I know where to glue it. Just going to mark it here and here and here and here. And I know that that is where my glue needs to sit. And then we're just going to place that right back in the glue. Just lining it up. And there we have it. So now that the top is on, that we have a roof line, we're going to flip it over. You could leave the roof line open in the center if you want, hang a wreath up there, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and finish it all the way off with the shiplap look. So I'm just going to lay down one of my craft sticks, and I'm going to mark I was going to freehand that. Did you see me? Did you see me think that I could really freehand that? Yeah, I was going to try it. I'm going to mark it with my ruler where my cut should be. And then if it's not quite right, I can trim it up. And we're going to do that all the way to the top until we have all of these pieces cut to size. So now that I have the craft sticks on the back the way I want them, I covered it with some brown paper just because of all the glue that you could see. And I just wanted it to look more finished and more clean. So that's why I went ahead and covered it with the brown paper. I like my pieces to look finished on the back if I can, especially if it's something that I would consider selling. Most times for my home, I leave it the way it is. Unless it's really, really bothering me, then I will make it look more finished. But now that that's done, we're going back in with some detailed work, just a little bit. All I want to do is get this painted, and I'm going to use my little angled brush to get that painted in the white chalk paint. So now that this is all dry and ready to go, I have my little box of embellishments, all my little goodies that I want to use. So we're going to put a chimney on this house with some scrap wood pieces. These are the pieces that you find from the ceremony and wedding signs at the Dollar Tree, the white signs that tell you ceremony is this way. These are the little pieces that were on the back that stand the sign up. Well, I used the sign to make another, of course, house decor piece. And I kept the little wood pieces because I knew they would come in handy for something. So these are going to be the chimney. And they're already white, so I don't have to paint them, which is a plus for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these stacked just like this, and then glue the two stacks together this way. And now all I'm going to do is take this and glue it where I think it looks best to be a chimney. So now I'm coming back in with my smaller house, and I'm going to eyeball it to see where I want to put it. I want it offset. I don't want it centered in any way. I don't like it like this. I mean, if you do, go ahead and do that. But I want mine off-centered this way. And I also want it elevated from the actual house. So I think it's going to be half. And that's just to say that it's going to sit halfway on and halfway off of the actual piece. And to give it some lift, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue some craft cubes to the back of the house. Okay. So you could paint your craft cubes if you'd like, if it's going to bother you, because you will see them. I like the natural look of the wood for this piece, so I think I'm going to leave them. If I change my mind, then I'll have to deal with it at that time. They're definitely easier to paint before you glue them down. And I want this to sit just like that. So now let's add this last one. Right there. And then we're going to put a dab of glue on each one of these. And glue it to the house. Glue the house to the house. And I'm making it even with the bottom. I'm not letting it overlap. I'm making it even with the bottom of the bigger house. And now that that is glued down, let it set up. These words came from a canvas that I had, one of the canvases that actually this roof line came from up here. So I cut the words out from that canvas because I thought it was just too pretty to waste. And I didn't want to use the whole canvas for anything else. So I knew that it would be perfect for this. So we're just going to glue these down. Home sweet home. Just like that. And bring this down. I'm just getting placement. Make sure I have it where I want it. To what's pleasing to my eye. And then we're going to go in with these laser cut hearts. Love these. I am going to be dry brushing them, but I can do that after because I am going to elevate them off of the house as well. So I think I want one here and one here. I have a piece of cork. I save all my wine corks, and I took the cork and cut 2 little round discs from it, and those are the discs that I'm going to use to elevate my hearts off of the house. So it'll sit like this. So let's get everything glued down. So now I'm going to take some of my boxwood greenery that I got from Walmart, and I'm just going to glue it to the top. Let's pull this down so you can see it. Just going to glue it to the top right here, and then we're going to add a bow, and we're going to call this done. These are my color choices for my bow. Not really sure which way I'm going with it, but we'll see. I like the black, but I feel like it needs a pop of white. So this one is going to win out. This is going to be the color combination for the bow. So here it is, you guys. This is the finished product, and I love it. It is so pretty, and it is a big piece. To come from Dollar Tree Pieces and get something this big is awesome. I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys love it too. It's just gorgeous. I'm over the moon about this piece. So you guys, if you like this content and you'd like to see more from me, please give it a big fat thumbs up and consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of my Cute and Crafty family. Until I see you again, be blessed, be safe, and craft something beautiful today. Love you guys. Bye.